Ahoy, mateys! It's ship time! Picture this, a weathered ship sailing the high seas. It's seen some action, this vessel. Battles, storms, you name it. This isn't just any ship, though. This, my friends, is the legendary ship of Theseus. Now, Theseus, for those unfamiliar with their Greek heroes, was a big deal. Think Hercules, but with better PR, his ship, a symbol of his adventures, his triumphs. Naturally, the good people of Athens wanted to preserve this beauty. So they started replacing the ship's parts. Rotting planks, gone, swapped for fresh timber, tattered sails, replaced with crisp new canvas. Over time, every single piece of the original ship was replaced. And that, my friends, is where things get deliciously complicated. Because now we're left with a question that's plagued philosophers for centuries. Is it still the same ship? Swapping planks, keeping it real. Let's break it down, shall we? On the one hand, it's still called the ship of Theseus. It sailed the same seas, perhaps even achieved new victories. It's got a continuous history, like a really old, constantly updated browser. But then there's the other side of the coin, or should I say, the other side of the hull. If every single bit of the original ship is gone, replaced with new materials, isn't it essentially a brand new ship? A very convincing replica, perhaps, but a replica nonetheless. This, in a nutshell, is the ship of Theseus paradox. It's a head-scratcher, to be sure, but it also forces us to confront a fundamental question. What makes a thing, well, thing? What defines its identity? Big brains wrestling with boats. Unsurprisingly, this whole ship conundrum has kept some of history's greatest minds up at night. Plutarch, the OG gossip columnist of ancient Greece, first documented the paradox. He presented both sides of the argument, the sly dog, without giving us a definitive answer. Then came along Thomas Hobbes, a man who clearly had a lot of time to think about boats. He added another layer to the puzzle. What if, Hobbes pondered, we took all the old, replaced parts of the original ship and built a second ship? Which one is the ship of Theseus, then? Even John Locke, the philosopher who gave us the concept of self as a continuous stream of consciousness, couldn't resist weighing in. He argued that the ship's identity lay in its purpose, its journey. If it still functioned as the ship of Theseus, then by golly, it's the ship of Theseus. The point is, there's no easy answer, which is, let's be honest, exactly what makes philosophy so much fun. Section 4. From ships to you and me. Now, you might be thinking, John, this is all very thought-provoking. But what does a 2,000-year-old boat have to do with me? Well, buckle up, Buttercup, because this paradox is more relevant than you might think. Think about it. Your body constantly replaces its cells. Your skin, your bones, even your brain cells, they're all being renewed over time. Are you still the same you then, even though your physical form is constantly changing? Or take your smartphone. Every few years, there's a new model, sleeker, faster, with more cameras than you can shake a selfie stick at. You upgrade, tempted by the allure of the new. But is it still your phone, even with all the new hardware and software? The ship of Theseus, you see, isn't just about a boat. It's about how we understand identity and change in a world that's in constant flux. And it's not just philosophers who are obsessed with this paradoxical vessel. Pop culture has also taken the ship of Theseus for a spin, using it to explore everything from superhero identity to the nature of reality itself. Take, for example, remember Vision, the android with a heart of gold? Well, things got complicated when a new Vision showed up, built from old parts and memories. Was he the real Vision, or just a pale imitation? The show cleverly used the ship of Theseus paradox to mess with our minds and make us question everything we thought we knew. And then there's by Terry Pratchett, where a dwarf king's scepter, passed down through generations, becomes a hilarious example of the paradox in action. Each new king adds a bit, replaces a bit, until the original scepter is barely recognizable. The point is, the ship of Theseus is everywhere, lurking in our stories, our technology, even our own bodies. It's a testament to the enduring power of this ancient paradox to make us question the world around us. So, what's the answer to the ship of Theseus paradox? If you were hoping for a neat little bow to tie it all up, I'm afraid you're out of luck. That's the beauty of it, really. There is no right answer. The ship of Theseus isn't about finding the answer. It's about asking the right questions. It's about grappling with the complexities of identity, change, and what it means to exist in a world where nothing stays the same. It's a paradox that forces us to confront our own assumptions, to acknowledge the fluid nature of reality. And that, my friends, is a voyage worth taking, even if we never quite reach the shore.